people are living for others, So I'm doing this thing for my father, I'm doing this thing for my mother, for my wife, for my children, for my relatives, for my friends. So people are living for others. How can we live for ourselves?
Very, very important question. And from there, if this question arises in someone, from there the spiritual turning point comes.
Brought to you by Nature's Way Resort, Goldjunga, Kathmandu. Immerse yourself in beautiful scene, luxurious accommodation and unforgettable moments with your special one. Nature's Way. Enjoy your stay.
नमस्कार, पब्लिक 4K को डेली टक शो द भ्यूमा यहाँलाई हार्दिक स्वागत गर्दछु। म रघुनाथ वाग्ले। दर्शकवृन्द, आज हामी एकजना साधकसँग संवाद गर्दैछौँ, एकजना गुरुसँग संवाद गर्दैछौँ। जीवनका बारेमा, जगतका बारेमा, सन्तुष्टिका बारेमा, आत्मसन्तुष्टिका बारेमा, तनाव व्यवस्थापनका बारेमा। आजको श्रृङ्खलामा हामी डाक्टर शैलेन्द्र सरस्वती स्वामीजीसँग संवाद गर्दैछौँ। उहाँको जन्म सन् 1955 जुन 17 तारिकमा मध्य प्रदेशमा भएको थियो। उहाँ ओशो रजनीशको पाँचौं भाइको रूपमा हुनुहुन्छ, आफ्नै भाइको रूपमा हुनुहुन्छ। 1971 मा ओशोको सन्यास उहाँले लिनुभयो, दीक्षित हुनुभयो र 1997 मा जबलपुर मेडिकल कलेजबाट उहाँले MBBS गर्नुभयो। उहाँ MBBS डाक्टर पनि हुनुहुन्छ र 1998 देखि उहाँ पूर्णकालीन रूपमा साधक जीवन सुरुवात गर्नुभयो। प्रवचन, टेलिभिजन, यस्तै सञ्चारसँगको साक्षात्कार र ध्यान शिविरमा सक्रिय सहभागिता उहाँको 1998 देखि रहेको देखिन्छ। आज हामी यहाँहरु समक्ष जसलाई प्रस्तुत गर्दैछौँ, उहाँलाई तपाईले देखिसके पछाडि लाग्नेछ तपाईको टेलिभिजनमा ओशो आफै आएर बोलिरहनु भएको छ। आवाज उस्तै छ, उहाँको शारीरिक बनोट उस्तै छ। मलाई लागिरहेको छ कि अहिले म ओशोसँगै बसिरहेको छु। स्वागत गरौँ स्वामी डाक्टर शैलेन्द्र सरस्वतीजीलाई। स्वामीजी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार।
आराम हुनुहुन्छ?
बहुत अच्छे हैं हम।
आजको अन्तर्वार्तामा यहाँले यहाँको उत्तरमा सकेसम्म धेरै आम मानिसहरूले बुझ्ने भाषा प्रयोग गरिदिनु हुनेछ र मैले पनि यहाँलाई सकेसम्म धेरै नेपालीहरूले अथवा ओशोका साधकहरूले, सन्यासीहरूले बुझ्ने भाषा प्रयोग गर्ने प्रयास गर्नेछु। मेरो हिन्दी बुझाइ अलिकति कमी भएका कारणले गर्दा आफ्नो कमजोरीलाई स्वीकार्दै म मेरो प्रश्नहरू केही नेपाली भाषामा र नसकेका केही प्रश्नहरूलाई अङ्ग्रेजी भाषामा राख्ने अनुमति चाहन्छु।
मेरा भी वीक पॉइंट बता दूं। My weak point is I cannot understand Nepali language properly. So either you ask in English and I will answer in mixed English as well as Hindi.
Okay. You don't understand Nepali?
50%, but 50%. There is chance of misunderstanding.
I also understand 50% Hindi.
So we are both on the same boat.
Both.
English
both
is better, we can both understand.
Gurudev, first question is, being half knowledge of anything is what?
Very, very dangerous because it gives an illusion that I know.
It means we both are in very danger zone today.
No, we already know that we do not know. So we are not in danger. We can find some way as we are speaking in English, so now it is better.
Okay. While talking with you, we cannot forget Osho. If we don't talk about Osho while talking you, it's an incomplete interview. Sure. That's why some people say that Osho is a god, and some people say Osho is a philosopher. Some people say Osho is a guru, and for you, Osho is a brother. And in your opinion, who is Osho?
Whatever label we put on Osho, it's not correct. For example, when we say God, we usually mean God, the creator who made this world, who is running the show. Osho is not that kind of God. So there are two meanings of the word Bhagwan. And God comes from Christianity. It has only one meaning, the creator. In Hinduism and in Buddhism, there are two meanings. Hindu believe in the God as creator, as the runner, and as the destroyer also. Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. These are the three aspects. One generates, the other operates, and the third destroys. We can say the English word God, G-O-D, is short form of generation, operation and destruction, G-O-D.
Generation, operation and destruction.
So that's G-O-D. Buddhism and Jainism has a different meaning of God. Buddha does not believe in Atma and Paramatma. You know very well, in Nepal, Buddhism is very famous. He totally refused the existence of God. Still people called him Bhagwan, his disciples. The same thing happened with Mahavira. He totally rejected the idea of God, but his disciples called him Bhagwan. Here, Bhagwan word has a different meaning. It means Bhagyavan, the blessed one, who has become full of peace and bliss, and who has reached to the highest peak of consciousness where he can feel the total contentment. His life is totally fulfilled. His flower has blossomed completely. So Bhagyavan means the blessed one. So from there the word Bhagwan comes, which we use for Buddha and Mahavira. In similar way we can use for Osho, but not as Christians and Mohammedans and Jews and Hindus have been using Bhagwan as creator. That does not apply to Osho. So let me explain. The same next word you used is philosopher. No, Osho is not a philosopher. Of course he studied philosophy, he did post-graduation, got his university top position. He became a lecturer, a professor of philosophy, and continued his job for about 8 to 9 years. But what he is teaching is not philosophy. Philosophy means love of thinking. Yeah? You think and think and think, and you take out the conclusions, and then you share with others. You make some dogmas, some doctrines, some principles. That's part of philosophy. It is based on thinking. What Osho has experienced, when all thinking stopped, there was no words, no language, no thinking, no feeling, nothing, just pure being, the pure consciousness. So this is something totally else. This is not thinking, this is not philosophy. What he has experienced of his own consciousness when there was no mind. Philosophy is born out of the mind, and the self-knowledge, the real authentic spiritual wisdom comes from no thinking. It comes from the state of no mind. It has no language. Of course, when you have to express, you will use the mind, you will use the language to tell others. But what you have experienced, when you were totally silent, there was not even a single word in the mind. We can say the state of no mind. So Osho is not a philosopher. What he is teaching has nothing to do with philosophy. In the West, only philosophers existed. In India, in Nepal, in the eastern countries, in China, in Japan, there were not philosophers, but we call them darshanik. Darshanik means the one who has seen, darshan. Not thinking, he has seen, he has known himself directly, without thinking. He is not thinking about what is my authentic being and giving the answer. No, he has realized it without thinking. So darshanik is something different than philosopher. So we can call Osho a darshanik, but not philosopher at all.
Not God too.
No.
Let's enter to the childhood of Osho. In his childhood, Osho used to be called as Raja. No, there was no specific name of Osho. Who was Raja? While being Raja, what type of person was Osho?
He was a born king.
Born king.
Yes. He always lived according to his own idea. He didn't listen to anyone. Whatever he did, out of his own intuition, out of his own intelligence. So he was taken care of in childhood by my grandparents, maternal grandparents. And they called him Raja. That's the name often given to small kids in India. Out of love, we call them Raja.
If Osho was the born king, your father is the father of the born king. You know, your father was also very modern thinker, and you also joined school only after 10 years of your birth. When you were
Osho
in class
joined the
10?
school at 10 years. I joined at 7 years.
At 7 years.
Yeah.
Also joined at 10,
10
years.
years, yeah.
And your father used to think that the childhood is full of
For
enjoyment.
playing.
It's for playing,
Yeah.
for recreation, for entertainment. Let joining school didn't affect you and also too. Why?
But I cannot tell about Osho. He has
Osho was also a very good student during being in university. You are also gold medalist. You joined school a little bit late age. Why didn't it affect you?
because I had no ambition. So if I was studying something, I was studying just in that moment without being result oriented. Most of the students, they become very tense because they have some result orientation. They want to be passed, they want to get this much of marks, this percentage of marks and grade. I never had that tension because my family was not forcing me that you have to pass, you have to get this much percentage in the examination. So there was nobody forcing behind me, nobody is even bothering whether I am failed or passed. My father didn't know. He had 11 children, so it was not even possible for him to remember the names who is who. He didn't know that in which class I am studying. And he was saying, if you fail, perfectly happy.
Happy.
Yeah, read it again next year so you will be better. If you read twice in every class, that will be much better.
Okay, why I am raising this question to you is, in this present era, the parents feel quite hurried to join their kids to the school. In 2-3 years, from 2-3 years, they make like a quite heavy bag, and they give the force of books to their kids and join them to nursery, LKG, UKG, 1, 2, 3. So from you, what we can learn is there should not be any kind of force from
Yes, there
parents
should be
in
no
the
pressure.
path of education too.
Yes, very good question, and because this has become a global problem. It's not only in this country, it's almost everywhere.
So what should the modern parents think about their kids today?
Well, the childhood is for playing, enjoying. Let them be like children as they should be. And only when they become little grown up, say 7 or 8 years, and their brain is developed enough to learn language in a better way, or mathematics, or to memorize things, only that is the proper time. Everything has a maturity. For example, at the age of approximately 14 or 15, sexual maturity comes. At the age of 21, we think that the person is enough mature to get married or to vote for the politics. Before that, we don't think he is mature enough to vote because he doesn't know, he doesn't understand, he is not mature enough. Similarly, I think 7 to 8 years is the proper time when the children should go to school. Then it will not be a burden for them. They will be easily coping.
थ्याङ्क यू सो मच स्वामीजी। आदरणीय दर्शकवृन्द, तपाईँ सुनिरहनु भएको छ, हामीलाई हेरिरहनु भएको छ भने र यो अङ्ग्रेजी भाषा यहाँले बुझिरहनु भएको छैन भने मैले आज अन्तर्वार्ता गरिरहनु भएका स्वामीजी डाक्टर शैलेन्द्र सरस्वती भारतको एउटा विश्वविद्यालय टप गर्नुभएको थियो। उहाँ गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट हुनुहुन्थ्यो। उहाँका पिताजीले उहाँलाई 7 वर्षमा मात्रै कक्षा जोइन गराउनु भएको थियो। हामी 3 वर्षको बच्चा हुँदा नै झोला बोकेर नर्सरी जोइन गराउँछौँ, मेरो बच्चा पछाडि पर्यो कि भनेर भन्छौँ। तर उहाँका अनुसार परिवारका सदस्यहरूले, बुवा आमाहरूले छोराछोरीहरूलाई पठन पाठनका लागि ठुलो बोझ नबोकाउने हो भने छोराछोरी आफै राम्रो बाटोमा हिँड्न सक्छन्, उहाँ जस्तै गोल्ड मेडलिस्ट बन्न सक्छन् भन्ने सन्देश उहाँले दिइरहनु भएको छ। स्वामीजी, लेट्स एन्टर टु द नेक्स्ट पोर्सन। So in Nepal there are large number of Osho ashrams right now. So we are talking here in Pokhara right now. So very near to this ashram there is next ashram, Osho Upaban. So there next Osho sannyas guru organizes different type of seviers. People join there, and you also come in Pokhara, but you don't go to Osho Upaban for sevir.
I have been a visitor there last year.
Yeah. You were just visitor
and
there.
I'm just going to
So-
Kathmandu from here, and then I will meet Swami Anandarun also. He's one of my old friends.
People are quite confused, So the ashrams you are handling and the ashrams Swami Ananda Arun is handling, is there any kind of differences?
Yes, there are many, many differences, and Osho has given a freedom to every disciple to be on his own, and every institution should be independent. For example, this ashram is run by Swami Atmatirth, Ma Karuna and their children. It's a family trust, and they are totally independent and free to do whatever they want to do. If they invite me, I come here. If they don't invite me, I will not come here. So Osho has not given uttradhikar to anyone. He said all my sannyasins, all my disciples are free to do what they want to do and run meditation center or ashram in their own way.
Osho didn't give any uttaradhikar to anyone. It means some gurus are here who are involving in Shaktipat, in Diksha. So they are touching the third eye of the people and they become Dikshit, Did Osho give this type of power of Shaktipat to anyone? Did he give Ananda Arun? If not, how do you get this power? If not, how does Swami Ananda Arun get this power?
This power is not transferred by anybody else. You have to grow your own power.
Last time I had talked with Swami Ananda Arun, he told me it's a Parkaya Prabhav. Osho comes to me, to my body and gives energy to the sannyasis and he returns back. Then I become normal person. Is this
Okay,
possible?
let
Does
me-
Osho come in your body too?
No, I have never felt like that, but I feel connection with Osho all the time. It's not that at particular moment he comes and then he leaves me. No, he is present all over, inside as well as all around. Osho has said that I will be felt as a divine sound, a celestial music which you can hear all the time. So I feel connected with Osho all the time. Now let me talk about the third eye thing. Osho used to give Urja Darshan, we call it energy darshan. When he was giving sannyas, he was touching with his thumb or with hand on the third eye or the scalp of the person when giving sannyas initiation. In 1981, he stopped it.
In 1981?
81.
Okay.
So when he was in Bombay till 1973, he was giving on mass level Shaktipat. Thousands of people will gather and he will stand on the podium and he will do his hands like this so that people can shout, jump, take fast deep, and finally he will raise his hands completely up and then he will bring them down gradually. So this was his Shaktipat on masses, and it continued for about 1 hour. He did this many times. In 74, when he moved to Pune ashram, he stopped that mass gathering, but to individuals he gave Shaktipat. Okay, 1981 he stopped it completely, and after I think 6 or 7 years, he explained why he was doing it and why he stopped it. So do you have time I should go in
Yeah,
detail?
please,
Okay,
please.
because this is a question worth knowing, for every disciple should know. Osho has said there were some side effects of Shaktipat. The disciple becomes dependent on the master for his energy or the glimpse of meditation which he has got in those moments. He becomes dependent, and Osho says this is not good. This is a kind of mental and spiritual slavery. Now he will come again and again to get the glimpse again. And Osho said, I did not want this. But at that time, I did not know any other method to give the glimpse of meditation. So Osho was doing it himself. I also got many times this energy darshan. And of course, in those moments, something unexpected used to happen, which I cannot even put in words what used to happen. What we will achieve through our own meditation practices in years, it will happen just in a moment with the grace of the master. but it is not due to our efforts, so we cannot maintain it. It will come and it will go. So Osho said this made disciples dependent on me and a kind of spiritual slavery. And then there is a hierarchy. Somebody is higher than you,
Yes.
and you are lower.
Yeah.
You are like a beggar and
Yeah.
he is the giver.
Yeah.
And Osho said, I did not want this. So I was searching out what could be the replacement for Shaktipat. And Osho said in 1981, I figured it out, and it's working very well since last 7 years. And Osho said that now I am giving my speech in a particular way, very slow, giving gaps between words, giving gaps between sentences, sometimes even 10 sentence gap. And you are listening with full awareness, with love and trust. And in those silent moments, my energy is entering in you because you are in a very meditative mood. So I'm not touching you with my hand, but I'm touching with you my silence. And in that silence, that divine sound of Om, which is echoing within me, it enters in you. So this has become the technique, and this can be done in masses, because it's not possible that I should come in contact with each individual. It was okay 10 years ago or 7 years ago, there were few disciples. Now there are 10 million disciples. How can I manage to touch everybody? So Osho stopped it, and I think Osho disciples should understand this, listen to Osho's discourse, which I'm just mentioning.
Osho stopped Shaktipat. Osho described it as spiritual slavery. If so, why Osho gurus who represent Nepal or who live in Nepal, who are like handling or leading some commune here, are involving in Shaktipat? Why they are spreading the spiritual slavery here in Nepal?
But I think they have not heard this discourse of Osho, where Osho has clearly denied.
Okay, if so, Swami Ananda Arun is involving in Shaktipat, touching third eye of the people and giving Diksha, is totally wrong.
Osho said he was doing it himself that way, but then he discovered another way, and which can be done en masses and without touching anyone. And this is more subtle, and this is good, because there is no question of inferiority and superiority. There is no question of master and disciple. Anybody who has come to listen to Osho and listening to his talk will enter into that space by itself.
So, Swamiji, it means what is happening in Upavan and Tapovan right now, touching the third eye of people and giving Diksha, it is not technique of Osho. Osho already stopped it.
He stopped it.
No one is
it's
allowed.
out of date after
it means
81.
it means no one is allowed to do so.
Osho has not said anything like that. He has left his
No
disciples
energy
free.
comes from Osho to such gurus.
You can ask Arun Swami or other person who are doing, how can I say anything from their side?
It means you don't get any energy from Osho for Shaktipat.
I'm not doing Shaktipat.
So some sannyasis are here listening our interview too. They are wearing Osho mala, so they are sannyasis. Didn't they involve in Shaktipat?
I never do Shaktipat because I have heard that discourse of Osho sitting in front of him.
तपाईहरुले कसैले पनि स्वामीजीबाट सन्यास लिनु भएको छैन, शक्तिपात लिनु भएको छैन, थर्ड आईमा टच गरेर तपाईहरु ढल्नु भएको छैन? छैन? त्यो तपाईहरुलाई त्यति वैज्ञानिक पनि लाग्दैन? Swamiji, this Shaktipat is not scientific.
It is esoteric, not scientific.
If someone involves in Shaktipat and someone says that also gives me energy and I am spreading energy to the people for Diksha, if someone says that, this is wrong. This is drama.
No, I will not say it is drama. There is something esoteric also. It's not gross science. There is esoteric science also. Yes, the person may feel. It is a question of feeling. And for example, if somebody says, I love somebody, okay, and then we decide, okay, we will find out the scientific proof, and then we do the postmortem of the person and take out his heart and see if there is any love, and we say there is no love in the heart. He was talking nonsense, he was doing drama. No, love is something else. It cannot be detected by scientific means.
Swamiji, it came in just our talk. I'm not going to create any kind of conflict in between you and other Swamis who involve in Shaktipat, who are doing Shaktipat.
Well, I have come to a feeling that when I go and meet Swami Anandarun in Osho Tapovan, I will ask him to listen this particular discourse where Osho has talked about why he stopped giving Shaktipat. I think he has not heard it.
Okay, you also want to advise to Swami Anandarun to stop this Shaktipat.
No, I'm not going to order. Listen, Osho has not given any orders. He has only explained things. Things are like this is the truth. If you do this, this will happen. If you do this, this will happen. He is not giving order. He is not giving commandments. So who am I to give commandment to anybody else? I can only explain that this is said by Osho. Please listen to this discourse and then you decide.
Okay. Swamiji, this discourse came during the discussion. My intention is not to create the conflict in between gurus. I have due respect to all gurus who are spreading knowledge. At least they are giving positive messages to the society. So those who are following Osho, they are doing good job in the society because Osho's philosophy is really good to the society. So those Osho followers, in between Osho followers, I'm not going to create any kind of conflicts.
Let us not use the word followers. Better to use the word Osho lover, Osho friends.
Yeah, Osho friends.
Yeah.
No followers too.
No followers.
Let's go to a little bit wider sense. So what is art of life? What is life? People are searching the answer of life itself. So people are in confusion. What is life? What is importance of life? What should be done by me and what should be done by the people? People are living for others, So I'm doing this thing for my father. I'm doing this thing for my mother. I'm doing this thing for my wife, for my children, for my relatives, for my friends. So people are living for other. How can we live for ourselves?
Very, very important question. And from there, if this question arises in someone, from there the spiritual turning point comes. Yeah. Normally we are involved with the outer world and their demands and their expectations. And because there are many people, it's difficult to fulfill even one person's expectation. When there are so many people, we are connected at least with 25 people closely. And they have all contradictory demands and expectations. Of course, nobody can manage it, nobody can do it, and that creates a lot of mental and emotional tension. So first thing is, we should love ourselves, respect ourselves, and find out what is my intuition power, what is my hidden talent. That will decide what I should do, in which direction I should move. Of course, some people will like it, some people will not like it. Some people will still love you, some people will start hating you. Some people will just go away from you, they will not be friendly anymore because you are changed, you are not fulfilling their expectations. That's perfectly fine. For a spiritual person, it is very much necessary to be courageous. And to be courageous means to stand on your own feet, listen to your own heart, listen to your own consciousness, listen to your intuition. Follow your hidden talents and try to express it. And that will bring you contentment and feeling of blissfulness. Many people ask, what is the meaning in the life? Jivan ka arth. I will say there is no meaning in life itself. You have to create it. Life is like a empty blank paper. You have got the blank paper, you have got the colors, you have got the brush, but you have to make the painting. There is no ready-made painting. So we have to create the meaning. If we don't create, there is no meaning in life itself. So this question is asked by many, many people, but they never go to the very depth of the inquiry. And the answer is, you have to create the meaning. If you become creative, for example, if I enjoy singing and I sing and I practice singing, I go deep in music, I will feel the fulfillment and I will know that target of my life is going deeper into music because I enjoy it. It's my fun. It's not duty, it's not work.
Swamiji, it means every individual should search the meaning, should make the meaning being based on his or her hidden talent.
Yes, it has to be very much individual.
But at present, people want to be like his or her role model, someone else.
That's totally wrong way of living, and we can never achieve that ideal image.
If you don't mind, so you also are making your get-up like Osho? You also are making your beard like Osho? You are also wearing the cap like Osho? You are also encouraged in yourself to make your personality like Osho. You are not searching your hidden talent and you are not searching meaning in your hidden talent. Why you want to be like your brother Osho?
See, I'm liking this dress. I loved Osho and I love everything from Osho. So he has given me the cap to wear. It's a beautiful gift from him. He has given his gown to me to wear the gown. And he told me particularly, this is not for keeping in your safe. You have to use this, whatever I'm giving. So I like Osho, I love Osho, I respect Osho. And while doing this, it naturally happens that we start loving everything what he loved. What the kind of dress you are wearing, it must be somebody else's image you are copying. So many people are wearing same kind of dress, same kind of shoes,
Swamiji, I'm not copying, I'm just creating. I'm creating. Some people might copy me.
That's good. So as far as Osho is concerned, he's talking about outer things are always copies. Whatever you are going to wear, of course, thousands of other people have used those kind of garments. So whatever you loved, you liked, you purchased that kind of garment. It's not original something. My father had same beard, all my brothers and have same kind of face and same kind of beard. So it's nothing particular. Even to say the same kind of brain somehow. Osho was university topper from the University of Sagar. I also topped from the same university. Now, I'm not trying to mimic him, and nobody can do this. It's something very, very natural.
I also convinced that no one can mimic Osho. It's impossible. It's impossible. I know that. But also, you look like Osho. That's why I raised this question.
Let me tell you one funny incident.
Please.
Somebody was asking me a few days ago that what you are expressing about life or godliness or spirituality is exactly as Osho has said. So you are mimicking him, you are just copying him. Then I told a joke. Mullah Nasruddin was studying in school and his teacher gave to write an essay on my pet dog. That was the topic. My pet dog. Okay. So Nasruddin, as a small child, he wrote the essay. When the teacher saw essay, he said that you have copied your elder brother. 3 years ago, your brother was in this class and he wrote exactly the same thing. You have copied from his copy. This is not original. Nasruddin said, sir, this is original. But the problem is, we have only one dog in our family. So whatever my elder brother has described, I will describe the same. The color is black, he has only one tail and 2 eyes and 2 ears. What can I do? Okay, so the gods may be different, but the opposite of dog is God.
Yeah.
Gods cannot be different.
Yeah.
Dogs may be different,
Yeah.
but God is only one, right? So whatever any enlightened person has said about the existence, about the godliness, about the ultimate truth, of course it is bound to be the same. The languages may differ.
Swamiji, in some Osho communes, in some Osho ashram, so we find some death park as well. So where people have constructed the samadhi of Osho as well. So where we can see the dead body of Osho, constructed like statue of dead body of Osho. So, in your perspective, what is death?
Death is culmination of life itself. It is the very climax of the life process. Okay? And death starts from the very moment one is born. Let me tell you, with the medical background, in our brain the neurons are there and they are by birth. The moment a child is born, he has already got the particular number of neurons. In his whole body, other cells will grow. Suppose skin got cut, okay, it will be healed and new skin cells will be there. The foot is fractured, the bone cells will grow and join again. If liver or kidney is damaged by some disease, it can be recovered, new cells will grow. But in our neurological system, no neurons are grown ever, whatever we have brought from birth. And from very birthday, starting point, 5,000 neurons die every day. 5,000 neurons every day. That means almost you will finish the interview in 1 hour, 200 neurons will be gone from me and they will never be recovered. So in that way, the brain is dying every day, every day, every day. It's a very gradual process. Of course, a time comes by the age of 60, 20% of the brain by weight is reduced. By the age of 75, 25% of brain cells are gone. And by 80 or 90, the brain will not be able to sustain the whole body because it's controlling the whole body and death will happen. So death is culmination of the life process and it is not an event, but it is a gradual process which is happening every moment. And so it will be finished one day. In Osho's vision, death should be accepted and celebrated as life.
This question can be for the Osho, Osho friends. You didn't allow me to call Osho followers. I'm talking about dynamic meditation and second part of dynamic meditation. The first part is deep breathing, and second part is who.
No, second part is catharsis.
Catharsis, yeah. Third part is who. Regarding this who, once I had heard that Osho had created initially Mekon Hu.
Yes.
Jumping Mekon Hu. And after some time, Osho again created who am I. Then again Osho created who. Who is just act of breathing or act of searching identity?
Let me tell you from the very beginning. Please. Osho created Mekon Hu, and English it was the same who am I. Initially only Indian followers were coming to Osho, Hindi speaking people, so he was saying Mekon Hu. Okay. When foreigners started coming, he used English language also. So Mekon Hu plus who am I, he was giving both instruction simultaneously. Simultaneously. To Indians Mekon Hu, to Westerners who am I. Finally he said that Mekon Hu, the who and who am I, who, these are the sounds which are giving the impact which I want. So we can drop the question and just use the word who. And this is also the last part of the Sufi mantra Allahu. They start with Allahu, Allahu, then they come to Lahu, 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 and ultimately it comes to who. So this is a special kind of breathing where you are throwing, exhaling with forcibly and your navel center is contracting. Okay, and if you are doing this while jumping with raised hands, you will feel great contraction of the navel center and all the lower three centers. In yoga they are called the Muladhara, Swadhisthana and Manipur. When they contract and the air goes up, the energy also goes up from the Muladhara to Sahasrara, from the first to the seventh chakra. So this is the technique behind this sound.
The air exhales from mouth. While saying who, the air comes from nose. If it is act of breathing, so there should be difference between breathing from mouth and breathing from nose. Should be quite different.
No, when everybody was saying Mekon Hu, it was mouth which was opening. When you are saying who am I, so who is there?
Who and who.
it's almost similar.
Almost similar.
Almost similar. So the main thing was exhaling with force and contracting the lower centers. In yoga this is called मूलबंध विधि, मूलबंध प्राणायाम की विधि है ये, है ना. इसमें हमारे नीचे के चक्र से कुड़ते हैं और सारी ऊर्जा ऊपर के चक्र की तरफ जाती है. Osho has changed the meditation techniques from time to time. Of course, there was improvement always.
Let's conclude the interview.
Let me come to the fourth stage.
Stop.
Sudden stop.
State. Yeah.
Okay, now you are doing the thing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And no change of breathing process,
Yeah.
not moving the body. And when the body is in a complete statue-like position, the mind also stops, because we are a psychosomatic complex. If the mind stops, the body stops. If body stops, the mind stops. So in fourth step, now you are fully aware, all your energy has come to the higher centers, and due to over oxygenation in the first step, you are in a super conscious state. Okay? So what is going to happen in fourth step is you will start listening the divine sound, something like Om echoing in the whole existence, inside as well as outside. So that is the main point of fourth step, which most of the Osho friends are missing, because Osho was giving instructions only till 1973. Okay? For last 17 years, he did not conduct any meditation. So people don't know what was, people who came later on. Suppose many people came when Osho left his body. Okay? They have never heard what Osho was telling in dynamic meditation's fourth step. He was telling us to listen. He was telling use earplugs or cotton swabs in the ears, so at least 90% of the outer sounds are disconnected. Use blindfolds. Now you are not looking outside, you are not listening outside. The consciousness will start listening inside and looking inside, and there will be two beautiful experiences. A divine light, which is not coming from outside, your eyes are closed and covered with black, and your ears are also closed, hardly any sound is coming from outside. So what you are listening is the sound of your consciousness. It is called Anahatanad or Pranav in the Upanishad, and Guru Nanak Dev calls it Ek Onkar Satnam. So that is the celestial music to be heard in the fourth step, and most of the people who are doing dynamic meditation, they are not aware of this. It is not written in the book, because the book, the meditation, the first and last freedom, is created by English speaking people. And when Osho was speaking English, he was not giving instructions in the fourth step. So they missed it.
Swamiji, let's conclude the interview by talking about your family. So there were 7 brothers, you know?
No, 6 brothers.
6 brothers. You are fifth one.
I'm
Fifth one. So who are other brothers of Osho? What they are doing? Where they are right now?
Well, my 3 elder brothers are no more in this world. So my 4th brother and my younger brother, 6th brother, they both live at Pune. The youngest brother lives in the ashram itself, and my elder brother, Swami Nikalank, he lives with his family outside in Pune.
What do you want to say all the people all over the world about Osho principle?
I will just put in very short. Osho has said that the temple which I am creating, the temple of spirituality, it has 4 pillars, the main 4 teachings. The first one is respect for life. Okay, that means including yourself and everything all around us. Whatever is life, it has to be loved and respected. This is the first pillar. Second pillar is meditation. And by meditation, Osho doesn't mean visualization or concentration. He means just remain aware in a very relaxed way. That is meditation. The third pillar is love. Again, all old religions have condemned love. We have a heart and it wants to connect with people in different ways. We are connected with the small kids, we are connected with our friends, wife and husband, we have love for our mother and father, we have love for teacher and guru, and we love flowers and trees, and some people love animals, and there are so many varieties of love. This is not to be condemned, but this is to be purified further. Okay, if there is ego, jealousy, possession, manipulation with love, this is the poison. Love is the nectar. So Osho says, remove the poisons, make love more and more purified. It should become pure love. And that pure love becomes devotion, bhakti. So priti, bhakti ban jati hai shuddh hokar. Purified love is devotion. We don't have to imagine some god for devotion. Just loving the whole thing, the whole existence, including yourself also. This is devotion. And now comes the fourth pillar, which is the divine sound, Omkar. Listen to divine sound. So these are the four main teachings of Osho. Reverence for life, meditative means relaxed awareness. Third is love, make it more and more purified. Nature has given us nectar and poison together. We have to remove the poison. And the fourth is listening to the divine sound. And please remember, even if one pillar is missing, this temple cannot stay. Even one pillar is missing. So all the four, these are the essential teachings. So I travel around the world and meet so many meditators and people and Osho friends. Where I feel somebody is too much focused on meditation and he has ignored the love part and the Omkar part. He cannot go deep in meditation. Somebody else is just after love and his love is unconscious love and it's not meditative.
So it means we should focus on these four pillars to run
And
our
somebody
life.
is just concerned about reverence for life and he says, Osho has talked about Jorvadi Buddha and I am the Jorva. He's just deceiving.
I want to take one advantage of this interview. If you don't say me selfish, I want a suggestion from you for me. So we talked around 1 hour. You have read all parts of my mind. I know. For my success, what suggestion would you like to give me?
Please relax and let things happen in whichever direction they take you. Just flow with the life river. Don't swim, but just float. And let me tell you the last thing for people who are watching. Please note down my WhatsApp mobile number, that is 0091 India's code, and my number is 70273 I will better speak in Hindi, so it becomes poetic. 70 273 273 72 तुकबंदी हो रही ना, कविता बन गई है ना. You will remember anything you need. Osho's book, Osho's audio discourse, Osho's video discourse, Osho's meditation music, Osho's beautiful pictures, which are more than 10,000. Please just send me a message. Please don't call. I never listen to mobile phone. But you can send me a message, what do you want? Within 24 hours, I will send you free of charge everything. Everything is available on link in this modern information technology. Everything is free.
Thank you so much, Swamiji. Did you enjoy the interview?
Yes, very much. And last thing I would like to tell you as well as the people who are watching this show, we are conducting 1.5 hour meditation every day. And it is available online. You need not to come to me, to any ashram. I will come to your home. You can just join on the Zoom link and just flow with the meditation.
Okay. Thank you so much, Swamiji. Thank you so much for your time.
Brought to you by Nature's Way Resort, Goldjunga, Kathmandu. Immerse yourself in beautiful scene, luxurious accommodation and unforgettable moments with your special one. Nature's Way. Enjoy your stay.